A lot of people are saying, well, how do you start on carnivore? Well, there's the start. First, it's here. You have to know your reason why. You have to know the reason why you want to make this change. Hey guys, it's Frank from the Carnivore Fix, and I just wanted to do a video this afternoon because I'm looking at my screen and I'm getting a ton of questions. These questions are in regards to mainly how to get started. And I've had some one-on-one conversations in person and on the computer and on my phone. Again, let me just give you a quick PSA. I'm not a doctor. I do not proclaim to be able to heal you. I can't do that. If you are on any medications, if you have any heart problems, or you want to make a change to your diet, then please consult your doctor, because that is going to be the first place you have to start. Now, if you have followed my last series, I'm 780 days eating carnivore as of today. And this has changed my life. And all I want to do is I want to give some people some help to move forward with their journey. Again, going back to my previous series on the 7 foods that you have to remove. And a lot of people are saying, well, how do you start on carnivore? Well, there's the start. First, it's here. You have to know your reason why. You have to know the reason why you want to make this change. I had a 26-year-old male, and he was 6'3", and he was weighing in at 280 pounds. And he wants to get down to 225. Now he's 26 years old. Do you think carnivore is going to work for him? Yeah, it's going to work for him. I lost 90 pounds, guys. Now I'm 780 days in. I lost the first 50 pounds in about 20 days, 180 days. Between that point, so 4 to 6 months, and I lost about 50 pounds, and then I lost another 40 pounds over the next 2 years. So it slowed right down. But once the inflammation was out, my body was able to adjust and start burning up the fat, which is exactly what you want. So that was one gentleman. So I had a 26-year-old. He, again, didn't know how to start. I told him, I said, go on to that series that I put out. But again, mentally, you have to be ready for this stuff. This is not something that you just jump into, because you're going to lose if you do it that way. You have to take the steps in order to get to the goal that you want. So again, your reason why: do I want to lose weight? That's one. Am I having issues medically? Do I have autoimmune disease issues? Do I have metabolic issues? Is there things that I want to change in my life? Or am I 60 years old and my kids just had a baby and now I'm a grandpa or a grandma, and I want to get down on the floor with them and play with them? Because I couldn't do that. 2 years ago, I could not do that. And I have 2 grandbabies, 2 grandsons, and another baby coming. So, when you get into your 50s and 60s, getting up and down off the floor is a chore, unless you're in great physical shape. Okay, so I want to talk about some of these questions. And so I'm going to read them off my screen as I'm going along, and I'm going to try to answer them as best as I can. And if you guys have questions that you want to ask me, go ahead, send them across. And listen, I'm okay even doing one-on-one with you. We can sit down and we can chat. I mean, at the end of the day, all I want to do is I want you to get better. Let me just have a sip of my coffee. Okay, let me go into question number 1 here. I'm scared this won't work for me. Now, again, I'm going to go back to when I started this 780 days ago. And did I know if this was going to work for me? No, I did not know. And I knew that I only had one shot to make this work, because I was on a path to the grave. There's no question. That is where I was heading. And if I didn't go to the grave, I was going to be in a wheelchair. There was no possible way that I could live my life into my 60s that was going to give me any standard of living, because of the problems that I had. The gout was so bad in my foot and that was once every 6-8 weeks, that I could barely walk. And I don't know if you guys have had gout. Listen, I really hope that you don't ever experience gout or bursitis or frozen shoulder. It is devastating. But anyways, listen, I needed advice and I needed guidance. And when I sat and talked to Anthony Chafee, he gave me 40 to 45 minutes of his time to start me down my path. And that was really the beginning for me. But I had already made up my mind. Again, it's got to start right here. It doesn't matter what you are thinking. Do I go vegetarian? Do I go, ultimately you're trying to get away from the highly processed Mary Brown's, McDonald's, Burger King, Pita Pit, Chinese food, sandwiches, probably 4 or 5 times a week, lots of bread, that kind of thing. That was my life. That was my diet. And when I went vegetarian, I didn't cut out the breads and the pastas because, that wasn't meat based. So I cut out all the meat and went vegetarian. But it still continued to get worse. I still got more medication and more medication into my body. So I didn't get any better over time. But ultimately, going with the meat, because meat based was taking away all the processed foods and all the seed oils and all the carbs and all the sugars and listen, I saw another video this morning about sugars and cutting out the sugars. And is it important, if you want to cut out the sugar, should I cut out the fruit? Well, what is fruit? Fruit is sugar. So if you're on a path to lose weight, if you're on a path to get healthy, then cut the sugar, cut the fruit. Because your body doesn't know where that sugar is coming from. It doesn't know it's not from a Snickers bar. It doesn't know it's from an apple. It just knows it's sugar, and that's what it wants. And then you get that dopamine hit, and then you keep on going. So cut the fruit. And there's more, I can tell you honestly, that there's more success stories when you get past the 90 days than there is failure stories. Because that's the hardest part of this, is getting through that first 90 days. So do I know you're scared. Listen, I was with you. If I failed in my carnivore journey, I don't know where I would have been going, but you've got to start somewhere. Okay, let's go on to question 2. I'm sorry that I'm taking up too much time here. What actually made you try it? What was one thing that you did that made you try it? Okay, so when I was between age 50 and 54 is when I started this. I was June the 1st of 2024. So I have hemochromatosis, which is a hereditary issue. And that is something that you can only manage. There is no medication for hemochromatosis. You have to bloodlet. So I donate blood every 45 days religiously. When you have something that your doctor tells you is a lifelong problem, and I kind of knew that that was in my future, what all of the other carnivore doctors and all the other influencers were that I had talked to, Bella, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Baker, Dr. Berg, all these other doctors. And, we started going to different conferences regarding this because I needed to learn as much as I could. It was because the doctors and the dietitians that are here in my town knew nothing about carnivore and actually advised me against it, because it would increase my cholesterol and it would increase my gout flare-ups and it would increase my psoriasis. And so, listen, I was on a steroid spray. It was actually, my wife reminded me of it the other day, what it was called. It was called Clobex. And I don't know if anybody's ever used Clobex. It's an actual steroid spray. I sprayed that stuff because I really, really wanted to wear shorts and I just couldn't because of the embarrassment of the psoriasis. But the Clobex actually thinned my skin. So now, my psoriasis is 99% gone. What I have left is the scars from the Clobex, from the spray, from the medication that my doctor gave me all those years ago. And I used this stuff for a couple of years because it was a miracle. It was a miracle for me. I didn't change anything in my diet. I was still eating what I was eating, but the Clobex thinned my skin so badly that now I have scars because I can't accept any sun there. The sun, I can't tan in those areas. So on your arm, if I've got a patch of, say, psoriasis like that big, and it's like this all the way around, now that's, I'm telling you what my leg looks like, but that entire patch would be white and all the rest of my arm would be tanned. Listen, just give out the drugs. That's what I'm learning from this. So what was the one thing? The one thing was that I was continuously being told that I was just going to be living on medication the rest of my life. Okay, question number 3. What do I actually eat on day 1? I'm overwhelmed. Okay, listen, I need you to eat a lot. I need you to prime your body for this, because whether you go TUMAD, which is 2 meals a day, or OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, you have to start off by over satiating your body, putting in good food as much as possible, as much as required, because you're going to be hungry. Your body is going to be starving because it's going to be looking for sugar and carbs. And listen, at the end of the day, you are going to be tricked. Your mind is going to attack you. Your body is, you're fighting it because you want to stay carnivore, but your mind is like, it's okay, Johnny. Just one chocolate bar, just one donut. It's okay. Listen, eat protein and fat as much as you need to in the first day. This is how it all starts. Because when you, and again, if you have to eat 5 times that day, eat 5 times. If you have to eat 10 times, eat it. Cook yourself a couple of pounds of bacon, put it in the fridge, eat it cold, like a piece of beef jerky, or take a couple of pounds of ground beef and put that in the fridge. And then when you feel the urge to go and get some snacks, take the ground beef out of the fridge, put a little bowl of it in the microwave and heat it up, and then stir in a little bit of butter. And that is going to be your first day. Okay, I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy a bunch of ribeyes and a bunch of T-bones and a big roast, but be prepared, because your body is going to start messing with you. Your mind is going to start messing with you. It's looking for sugar. It's looking for that dopamine hit. You're better. Okay, number 4, how long until I actually feel a difference? Okay, I'm going to give you how it broke down for me, and it was very, very quick for me. So I was vegetarian up until I got into carnivore. And when I got into my carnivore lifestyle, I was desperate because nothing that I was doing previously had worked for years. I mean, I tried the Bernstein diet. How many people did that one? You go into the doctor's office and they give you the vitamin B12, and then you got to pee on a stick. And if you're not in ketosis, then they're going to know right away, because the stick color turns purple or something like that. The darker the purple, the better, because you're in, higher numbers in ketosis. And 12 for a man, it was 1,200 calories. For my wife, it was 800 calories. How do you not lose weight on 800 and 12? Come on. I lost weight. Yeah. Because I was so freaking hungry all the time, forcing myself not to eat. And I was on 1,200 calories. Are you kidding me? One steak that I eat right now is 1,000 calories. I mean, come on. But anyways, I digress. So how long before I feel a difference? You are going to feel a difference within the first week. Your body is going to start shifting away from being insulin resistant to being fat adapted. And that is what you're pushing towards. Your body has to start burning up that stored fat. This is the goal. Once you start to drop the weight, because everything is based on the gut, and once you start to burn up the fat and the visceral fat, you are going to start feeling so much better. And that is a week. Give me a week, and I can guarantee you, you are going to feel a difference. And obviously, this is not a 1 week diet. This is a lifetime. This does not change for me, and it shouldn't change for you. Okay, question number 5. I am over 50. Is it too late for me? Right? Come on. Do I need to show you the pictures? Do you need to see the way I looked? Do you want me to put up my medication bottles? Do I need to tell you that you're never too old for this? Because you're not. You are never too old. If I had found this at 60, I would be blessed. If I found it at 65, I would be blessed. I'm blessed that I found it at 55. My brain fog is gone. All of my autoimmune diseases are gone. My fatty liver is healed. My blood pressure is normal. My cholesterol is normal. My triglycerides went from 6.9 to 0.9. I am elite in my triglycerides. I'm not kidding you. I feel better now than I did when I was 30 and 35 years old. I have more energy. I have a better outlook. My future, listen, I used to be the guy that set 5-year goals in my business. I would set a 5-year goal, and if I didn't hit it, then I would push on to the next 5 years. I was doing that for the last 20 years. I stopped about 7 years ago. I stopped setting my goals. I was so lost in my health, and my brain fog was so thick that I literally gave up on life. I was just kind of floating through my days, doing nothing. It has totally changed for me. So listen, if you're over 50, I'm the proof that you can do this. You can do this. This is not, you got to eat anyways. You have to. You have to eat. But don't make your diet dictate your medication list. Make your diet dictate your life and how much better it's going to be. Because there's nothing better than getting up in the morning and having a boatload of energy and not having to saunter into the bathroom to take your meds in your little stick pill thing, that little boxes where you flip the lids and it says Monday to Sunday, right? You got 3 or 4 medications in there and it's only getting bigger. So stop giving your money to the pharmacy. Stop giving your money to the grocery store, which is for the processed food, and start thinking about making that difference. Okay, I got one more question. This one's a big one. This one's important. What if I mess up or fall off? Listen, I'm not perfect. Nobody in this lifestyle is. Well, I can think of a few people that might be, but listen, you're going to fall off. Because one thing that you have to do when you're on this journey is you got to stop drinking alcohol, because there's a lot of sugar in alcohol. So you got to stop drinking it. And now, you know, that was easy for me because I had psoriasis and it was devastating to my psoriasis. It like dries out your skin. So I had no problem with that. But, you know, other people are going to have a problem with that. So listen, don't give it up. If you have to, if you can only give up the food intake and cut the sugar and cut the carbs and get yourself started on this and you start eating right, just try to slow down with the alcohol. Just bring it back. I'm not saying to cut it out of your life and it's going to affect your carnivore journey. If you need to have a beer, go have a freaking beer. Seriously. But don't go eat the chocolate bar with the beer or the bag of Doritos with the beer or the popcorn with the beer. Don't do it. Just have the beer and maybe some homemade beef jerky, or go eat a steak and have a beer with your steak. Because eventually, you'll cut the beer. Believe me, you need to start. So if you mess up, it's okay. We're not perfect. We're messy animals, and you are going to do your best, try your best. And when you can get through 90 days, strict guys. So when I first got involved with this, I was lost. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I had to eat. All I know is that if it had a heartbeat, I was going to eat it. Eggs, bacon, pork, chicken, steak. If it had a heartbeat, I was eating it. That's all I know. Everything else wasn't being eaten. I didn't know until after I had seen my success, the damage I was doing with the seed oils and the wheat and the dairy and the beans and the sugar, all the carbs. Listen, I had no idea until after I stopped. I don't even know what I was doing as far as measuring. How was I measuring this? I was getting on the scale at night and I was getting on the scale in the morning. That's it. That was my full measuring device. I didn't wear any monitors. I didn't test my bloods. I didn't do anything. I got on the scale at night. I got on the scale in the morning, and I got good sleep. And every day I was down, every day. And that made me keep going. After my first 4 to 6 months, I was down 50 pounds. Guys, I'm going to put up some pictures of the way I looked before this so that you can see what I saw. When I look down at my body, when I look at the mirror in the morning, what we saw, what I saw, what you're seeing right now, that is going to change. I can tell you right now. So listen, if you mess it up, your body needs that time, that 90 days. You're going to feel better after a week, but in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 12 weeks, listen, do not, if you fall off and mess up, don't fall face first into the ditch, okay? If you dip your toe in the ditch, if you dip your pinky into the ditch, pull it back out. Do not fall face forward into the ditch. You can do it. If you have a bag of chips, if you have a bowl of pasta, if you have a bowl of cereal, go back to the reason why you're doing this. As of this morning, I'm 189 pounds. When I started this journey, I was over 275. Listen, you can do it. And my 7 things that you need to remove, the 7 foods that need to come out of your diet are right there. Oh, I missed a question here. Is it worth it? Really, is it worth it? That's the question. Listen, when you get your life back, you're going to thank me. That's all I can say. I would give anything to anybody that helped me along this journey to where I am now. Everything. I owe everything to the people in this community. They gave me my life back, and they did it all for nothing. This is what this community is. It's not about taking something. It's about giving nonstop. I don't even know what else to say. That's it. Is it worth it? Where do I even start today? Again, when you are thinking about getting started on this journey, go onto my website. Go onto somebody's website. I don't care. There's influencers and there's doctors in this space. And block out everything else. Block out everything that you're hearing that's negative. You've tried everything. Your body and your mind have been snowed by big food and big pharma. I pass 12 fast food restaurants on my way to work every single day. How many do you pass? How many do you stop at currently? So listen, where do you start today? You start with one fork at a time. Get into a good carnivore-based community. These people are there to help. I am here to help. That's it. Okay. I'm going to do another series on getting started and the grocery shop. I have another video coming out that's going to talk about what happened to my freezer. My freezer door accidentally got left open a week ago, and I lost about 225 pounds of grass-fed beef. So that was a pretty hard day, because I buy my beef from my neighbor, and he's got Longhorns, and he grass finishes all of his beef. I see them every day because I drive by them. He's my neighbor. So I see them out in the field. So when he sends them off, I get one of his cows. I had one of his cows in my freezer. I know, it is what it is. I'm going to do a series on how do we start this. So we're going to do the grocery shop. We're going to do the mental side as well. Because the mental side, I know, guys, I know. But it's all about the food prep. Don't let your food prep be that bag of chips. I'm going to teach you how to prep this so that the first week you don't fail. Because I don't want you to fail in the first week. 1 week at a time until we're 12 weeks through. And if you and I don't look at each other and you're not a different person after 12 weeks, I see it, I hear it, I watch it, I know. The mental part of it is so devastating. What's the big deal with one bite of that brownie, that muffin? What's the big deal, right? So we're going to talk about that. There's so many people that want to learn about this. There's so many people that want to make a change. And those people, that's who I'm here for. I know who you are. You're 60 plus years old and you're exactly where I was 2 years ago. You want to get better. You want to get off the meds. You want to reverse that type 2 diabetes. You don't think that carnivore lifestyle will reverse your type 2 diabetes? You're in for a surprise. Okay. So go and get the 7 foods. That's where we're going to get started, because when I start the next series, I need you to be ready. We're going to talk about the mental one first, because how do you get yourself mentally ready to make this happen? So we're going to talk a little bit about that on the next video. I want you to succeed in this the way I have. Guys, I am not joking you when I say that I have reversed every single problem that I had. I haven't been to my doctor since my last blood test, and that's over a year ago. And that was just so I could get my carnivore results as to what I was doing. Well, and that's another good thing you should probably do. Go to your doctor and get some blood work before you start this, because it is going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your doctor's mind. It's going to blow your spouse's mind, your kid's mind. Do this for you. Don't drag anybody else into this. Just do it for you. Okay, guys, listen, I love you all. And until my next video, just remember that you have to trust the process. You have to trust your body, and you have to trust the one who made it. And as always, fix your food and fix your life.